The fate of the Huguenots. The Huguenots, also known as French Protestants, followers of John Calvin. In 1589, the Edict of Nantes was the reason for the sudden rise of the Huguenots' power. Some consequences of the Edict of Nantes is that it granted the Huguenots religious power and rights as the Protestants. For example, Henry V, a Protestant who accepted Catholicism and Protestantism. The Huguenots took advantage of this power that they later used to terrorize Catholicism and take part of France. That led to the increased power and later civil wars. In 1620, they started using this power to attack Roman Catholics. In 1680, the government was wondering about the Huguenots. In 1624, Cardinal Rochelle was willing to tolerate the Huguenots as long as if they were loyal to France. But they did not comply, and so he said that we should attack them because they are not trustworthy. In 1824, the Huguenots they kind of just spread out. They moved away, and in 1625 to 1626, the Huguenots started to fight against the monarch forces, and they captured 2 islands in 1626. Also in 1626, the Royal Army was sent to tame the Huguenots. Later, the Treaty of Paris was signed, a peace treaty between the King Louis XIII and the Huguenots. During this, there was no really that much conflict as there was because it was a peace treaty. But in 1627, the Huguenots decided to revolt again between the new king, Louis XIII. Also, the king removed a lot of the privileges, so it made them less politically strong and their religion, but they could only keep their religion. They became subjects of the king of France. In 1629, results of the Civil War was that the Huguenots lost. They were defeated. That led to the loss of many military advantages. In 1643, there was a new ruler, King Louis XIV. And when he became king, a lot of bad things happened. The Huguenots were being prosecuted and were forced to switch to Catholicism, which was not that good for them. They had a large fight, but and also because of that, the Edict of Nantes fell apart in 1685. The prosecution of faith was once again a thing, and Protestants were suffering. Thousands of Protestants emigrated from France. The end.